Hey all, how you doing? Just wanted to let everybody know that the COLA, which is what determines what people on disability and Social Security receive every month as their payments, has gone up considerably to 5.9%. Now, it only went up 1.3% last year in 2021 on January 1st. People on SSI, for instance, got an extra $10. Whoop-de-doo, right? Now, this is the only good thing about the Biden administration that I've found so far. So, let's go Brandon. But in any case, the COLA has gone up, and so people who are making, say, $1,300 will make $1,400 and some, and people on SSI who are making $794 will make about $86 more than that, which could be helpful. But in this economy, the way things are, you need to make about 3 times that much more to be able to handle things. I mean, gasoline prices are outrageous. Now, granted, being disabled, I'm not driving, but people that have to go and do my shopping for me or take me places, $3 a gallon is ridiculous. And I know in some places it's a lot higher than that. And things that I buy, like I buy on Amazon, I bought a lot of food products on Amazon. And if you don't know this, if you have, first of all, if you have Medicaid, Medicare, or SSI, or EBT, any kind of low-income setup, you can actually get an Amazon Prime account. Instead of paying like $13 a month, it's $5 a month. It comes to $6 with the fees and so on. So it's about $6 a month. So I have my EBT card hooked up to my account because I'm legally blind. I can't work. I owned a business for like 30 years, and I was self-employed, and I didn't put a bunch of money into Social Security, which was a mistake. I should have been paying myself a paycheck instead of just, going to work, doing my jobs, and then, using the money directly. I should have handled my finances a little differently. So if you work for yourself, think about that for the future. Make sure that you set yourself up with a business account and pay yourself out of the business account so that you can take out Social Security and retirement and so on. So that when you get to a retirement age, or you're in a position where you have like a disability, you can actually get disability pay, SSDI, instead of SSI. Because there's a big major difference. It's about twice as much money that you can be getting in. And with the economy the way it is, it's really rough to live off of just under $800 a month, plus like $200 in food stamps. It just is. And I know a lot of people will go, really? How the heck do you do that? And honestly, I don't know how I'm doing that. Pretty much every month I'm broke. And pretty much every month after I pay my bills and so on, I have very little left to do anything. Like this month I really needed to buy a new battery for my rechargeable headlight. Can't afford to do that. Wanted to buy a new dustpan and broom. That's another $22. Can't afford to do that right now. Just simple things you'd think, just go to the store and grab one. No, ain't happening on that kind of income. But SSI will be going up to $700 or $830 something or so. It'll be about $46 more with this 5.9% COLA increase. But as high as things are going right now, I don't think that's really going to make a heck of a lot of difference. Now, if the economy ever regulates itself, if we ever get Trump back in office, or anyone else for that matter, who can regulate the economy, that COLA does not go down. That money does not go down. They don't ever take away from your payments. So, it's determined on the last quarter of the year, every year. So it's August, September, or it's July, August, and September's economy. And This past July, August, and September, things have been really rough for the economy. So, if it re-regulates itself, it doesn't change the fact that there's been a raise. So you get to keep that raise, and that raise will continue to stay there until the following year when you'll get more, whatever the more may be, which is a good thing because they don't back it down and take away money from you, which is good. But that's about the only good thing I can say about the Biden administration right there. Is he screwed up the economy so bad that people on disability, Social Security, and SSI are getting a boost in their money. But the boost in the money, I honestly don't think is going to make up for the amount of difference in how much you're paying for stuff. For instance, I used to be the kind of person, when I owned my own business, I would eat steak like 2 or 3 times a week at least. Maybe more sometimes. Sometimes I'd buy a multi-pack of something and have it like a couple days in a row. I literally had not had a steak until my birthday, which was October 5th, since the previous October 5th. And when I did get it, I got a pair of them to share. And they were like $30 for 2 steaks. $30 for 2 steaks. I mean, I wouldn't have paid $30 for 2 steaks out in a restaurant most of the time. I'm a cheapskate when it comes to that. First of all, I don't like the way other people cook my food, like in a restaurant. They always overcook the steak. I like mine rare. Pittsburgh, people. Pittsburgh. But my thing is, how in the world is a person who, like, for instance, if I had, like, a whole bunch of medications I was on, and I had to pay that, and I had to pay more than I do in rent, because I'm paying a very low amount of rent, thank goodness. But if my rent was a normal amount of rent, because the rents I'm seeing on places are, you know, anywhere between $750 and $1,500 a month. Where does the rest of your income come from? Where is that coming? Where do you get it? If you're on disability, or if you're on Social Security, or if you're on SSI, and you don't happen to have as good a situation as I do, where I live with people, and you know, we've worked out how much the rent's going to be according to how much I can afford. You know, even if I was to take my motorhome to a campground, the lowest one I've seen is $450 a month, and they don't have sewage. You have to haul your sewage to the dump station. And I'm sorry, but without having sewage on site, being visually impaired, I'm not hauling a tub of poop down the road by hand to the dump station at the head of the park. So I'd have to pay someone to do that stuff, you know. Things are not great right now, and you know, Mr. Let's Go Brandon really has screwed everything and everybody up, and it's a horrible situation, and people need to be out there in their communities, in every place that they can go, speaking about what's going on, talking to people, fighting against the system in every manner that you possibly can. Run for office. Make sure you vote in small town elections. Make sure you go out there. If you have a printer, print off some flyers that say something that, you know, is profound, or somebody can go look up on the internet. Tell people about people that you watch. Tell people about my channel. Tell people about, you know, Paint the Trump, Salty Cracker, Right Side Broadcasting. Tell them about Getter. Tell them about Rumble. Go out there and talk to people, and make sure that the information is spread as far and as wide as possible. Because the only thing that we have to do right now is make sure every person knows and wakes up to what's going on. And speaking of waking up, this woke stuff, oh my God. I just heard DC Comics is putting out a comic with Superman where he's bi. I'm not buying that. And I wouldn't buy that for my kids. I'm sorry. You know, they're canceling things like To Kill a Mockingbird and A Scarlet Letter and pretty much anything that Orwell wrote. And they're getting rid of that stuff because they don't want people to understand how to perceive concepts of truth. But they will feed you all sorts of trash. Manipulate your kids, teach them all sorts of deviant sexual stuff that kids don't even need to know about. Heck, I'm around kids sometimes that are my boyfriends, and they talk about stuff I didn't know about until I was in my 30s. It's sickening. It's disgusting. And it's a serious problem. So, anyway, basically this is about this disastrous situation we're in with Let's Go Brandon and his BS. And we need to get rid of this man as soon as possible. What he's done to the border in Afghanistan and our economy and the pipelines and the Paris Accord and getting us all involved with all these stupid garbage plans for socialism, these huge $1 trillion bills, raising the debt ceiling, all this garbage. He's destroying this country. And I hope that these people that voted for him, because I don't think there are that many of them, honestly, certainly not 80,000, or 80 million, I mean. There's certainly not 80 million of them. There's no doubt in my mind that that's not the case. But these people need to wake up, and they need to see. They need to go watch Yuri Bezmenov. They need to listen to Thomas Sowell. They need to, actually get some information. They need to read Animal Farm, and they need to read 1984, and they need to read the books that I'm a 70s, 80s kid. We read all these things in school. We were taught about communism, socialism, Marxism, and the horrors that it brought. The people that died. The fall of countries, the fall of economies, the starvation, and this CRT garbage and the economy stuff that's going on. They're really trying to break us down. I mean, they're really trying to destroy America. And we can't stand for it. We need to do everything we can within legal means, without violence, to stop them immediately. Teach your children. Teach your friends. Teach your neighbors. Teach your coworkers. And your parents. Because not everybody's parents got a good education either. Alright, y'all. I'm sorry for rambling. It happens sometimes. But just letting you know that the COLA went up, and they announced it this morning, 5.9%. So if you're on Social Security or disability, you're going to get a raise, and be careful with it. I know SSI people can't save money because of the way the laws are. They're not allowed to, but you can save food. You can put supplies up. Stock up on supplies, stock up on food, and buy some seeds for your garden. Make sure if you're on a well pump, you've got a way to raise that water out of the ground. And, if you're on city water, filter that garbage, because nobody needs to be drinking fluoride and getting themselves more brainwashed than they already are. I mean, that's what the Nazis used fluoride for in the first place. Go look it up. Alright. I'm out. Please subscribe, share, like this channel. Follow me at Patriot Poet 1776 on Rumble and Getter. And have a great day. Oh, and yeah, go to Facebook and look up Truth Matters Patriot Poet, in quotes, Sheepledogs group. Come join me over there. I updated the group and it's running again. So, alright, have a good one. Bye-bye.